India chasing a big score, not starting well in the first 2 overs and then turning things around 180 degrees. At the end of the 10-over mark, chasing 209 for victory, India has reached 133 for the loss of 3 wickets on the back of a brilliant knock by Ishan Kishan, scoring 76 at a staggering strike rate of over 200. He has just dominated this match. On the other side, Suryakumar Yadav, the captain, helped him in the partnership, played second fiddle, but has quietly moved now into first fiddle after Ishan got out, and India is just cruising. Looks like it'll be done easily. Last 10 overs, less than 8 an over required. Looks like India will be taking a 2-0 lead in this series. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Joy Bhattacharjya. Lots of things to talk about here in the first 10. First of all, 8 runs scored in the first 2 overs.
Yeah.
And then after that, those 2 overs just get forgotten as a bad dream, because the third over was the one that gave you all the drama. That over by Zach Folks that lasted for about 16 minutes.
19 runs, got Ishan Kishan going, got India going. And the amazing thing is, from that over onwards, everyone went for runs. So after that, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th over, all these overs, at least 10 runs and over.
Yeah.
And when they missed their chance of bringing Matt Henry back there.
Correct.
When you have a chance to take a wicket, he comes back in the 6th over and goes for 21. By that time, these guys are in a roll.
Yeah, by that time, the train had left the station. The choo-choo train was chugging along like a bullet train. Could have stopped India in their tracks if they had probably got Matt Henry back for that 3rd over.
I think what had happened was that they had a set bowling plan. That, okay, they're going to bowl these 3. At that point in time, they should have just seen there's an opportunity. India is vulnerable. Their 2 openers are out. Here's a chance for us to do something. And I just think they didn't take that chance.
And we have to talk about Zach Folks, because, you know, there are not too many days when you look at elite athletes and you actually feel bad. You never feel bad for them. You're like, oh, he's having a bad day. But today really is one of those days for Zach Folks. It's one of those days that happens very rarely in your career. But when it happens, it's just like there is no rhythm. Nothing you do is right. You're bowling wide balls that become no balls because they're way off the pitch.
Absolutely.
Right?
2 wickets for 49. No full member nation. 2 overs, 49 runs. No full member nation has ever done that in their life. No bowler from a full member nation has ever had that analysis. So that is the worst 2-over analysis in the history of member countries in T20 cricket.
Yeah, and it was just no balls and wides and byes and edges, and just everything that could go wrong for Zach Folks went wrong for him twice, you would have to say. And that actually is the game, because when you go for almost 15 2 overs, you've left 150 of the next 18 for everybody else.
There's a second story to that. The second story is, in the first over, he gets Ishan Kishan going. Ishan Kishan is on 19-20 and then gets going. The next over he bowls, who does he get going? Suryakumar Yadav. So even when Ishan Kishan gets out, Suryakumar Yadav has now hammered him for 20 odd in his next over, and now Suryakumar Yadav is in form as well.
Yeah. And Suryakumar Yadav in the 11th over just now has been dropped by Mark Chapman at the boundary, and it also went for 6, which is something that happened in the first over as well, where Devon Conway made that mistake with Sanju Samson. Hey, they didn't have to pay too much for that, because Sanju Samson did get out in that very over a few balls later. But right now, with that happening, it's just like, it seems like nothing is really going New Zealand's way, because they don't drop catches.
And this is, even the last match, if you remember, there were a couple of overruns.
Yeah.
Today, there's a couple of misfields in the boundary, 2 catches down, 1 clear misjudgment. This is not the Kiwi team we are used to seeing on the plane. They have always been an outstanding fielding side. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's really not their day. But the good news for them is that it'll be over soon. Right.
I'm not sure whether that's the kind of good news they'd like to hear, but yeah.
I mean, it was 15 runs of the 11th over, which means what? I think they need about 65 or something? 61. So 61 required of the final 9. So, yeah, I think now all that's left to guess is which over will India complete this chase in. I'm saying with 14 balls to go.
17 balls to go. Why? Let's go for it.
Let's see what happens. We will, of course, come here to discuss that on Cricbuzz Live. That will happen right after this game finishes. We, of course, will be joined by Ajinkya Rahane for that. तो आइएगा जरूर. मिलते हैं कुछ ही देर में.